That plastic is hanging on.
You see under this liner right here, you see all the moisture that's under there? That moisture is blocking, the liner is blocking the moisture from the soil to come up. But if you look over here at these joists, you can see the mold growth underneath it. And that's just from the humidity that's in the crawl space, and that degrades the wood. So I'm gonna crawl over here and show you guys what I'm looking at. I saw some more. But you can see there's a lot of moisture under the liner, and it's not sealed. You can see the water line on the edge of the block here. So it goes all the way down this back wall. You can see there's plenty of silt carried on top of the liner, and that's carried by water. You can see the water line even right there on the liner, where there's a pipe where water has flowed. So there's areas where that mold is forming. That white stuff is typically thought to be Aspergillus penicillin. There's no way to tell without testing, but it's a respiratory irritant. It affects certain people differently than others, but it's a good start to mold, and you got enough under here to justify treating that moisture. And I'm going to crawl around and see if there's any worse places to see if we recommend mold remediation treatment, or whether the encapsulation is enough to dry it out and force it into dormancy. So up here on the front side of the house, closer to the road, you can see that you've got even some mold growth down on that joist there. If you look at the front, compare that to the back joist, see how it's starting to come down on the joist, but these joists are pretty clean in certain areas. Like that joist is pretty clean, but then that one has pretty good coverage on it where it's already starting to kind of spread on out. So this one's one of those where, you know, it depends whether or not I would recommend a mold remediation. It just depends on how sensitive the people coming in here are, you know, to allergies and that sort of thing. It's not a huge adder. I'm going to include it in the proposal as an option, just so that you guys can decide what you want to do. So I'm underneath the front side of the house now, and you can see where water's been trickling down between those brick, and you can see where it's been trickling down between those brick, and that's where your water's coming in. So we're going to recommend drainage and a pump for this property. That's going to help with a lot of the standing water that's back there in the back, and it'll at least prevent a good bit of this moisture. We do have some pretty good microbial growth up here. We're given an option for mold remediation if that's desired or not.